So Kenji is saying, Ali, I've been reading your book and it's been really powerful for me. Given that you're a singer and having an international background, which language do you prefer to sing in? Oh, thank you very much. Armin's holding up my book. Kenji, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And that means a lot to me. That's been, it's resonating with you. Now, as far as the singing goes, oh man, this is such a hard question because I started singing in Urdu when I was a kid. And the way that you can express yourself in Urdu or actually in Farsi, in Persian, there's an emotionality to it. There are things that they're abstract ideas that you can express in a way that you just can't do in English. And so when it comes to the poetry, like the ghazals, which is my preferred thing that I like singing, ghazals they're just so lyrically expressive and just melodically, they're amazing as well. So I love that. On the other hand, when you're singing in English, it's not about the language, but the way that I like singing a lot of things that, like Chris Cornell from Soundgarden, the way that he sings, that's also something that's completely otherworldly. So it's just, music really is an international language, and you learn a lot from singing different styles of music. When it comes to range and singing sort of high notes and the higher register, I enjoy singing in some of the more English stuff. And when it comes to just being purely emotive, I absolutely love singing in Urdu and Hindi. So yeah.
Okay.
Mehdi Hassan, not that Mehdi Hassan, not this one that's totally corrupted the name. Not the journalist, but Mehdi Hassan, the ghazal singer, the classic ghazal singer, is probably one of my favorite singers of all time. Next question from MJ. Armin and Ali, a person you would punch in the face if you get one free shot. Armin, are you going to say me?
No. Why would I say you?
I don't know. It's just, yeah. A low self-esteem, I guess. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, what the hell?
I'm just kidding.
I can't think of anyone.
He wouldn't dare. Punch in the face? No, man, I don't.
Wait, am I sparring somebody? Like I used to punch people in the face, but that was because we were like doing martial arts. No, mixed martial arts and stuff like that. But like because I hate them or something like that, I can't think of anybody. No.
You know something? There's when I was a kid, my dad told me, right, when I was very young, when I said I hate something, he told me, he's like, hate is a very strong word. Try not to use it. You say
no, I don't. No, there are certain things I hate a lot.
I get that. I'm just telling you like my side of things. So he said that hate. Try to say that you dislike something, you don't like something, and I know that hate isn't a bad word. I know a lot of times it's completely justified. But when I speak, I try to avoid it and try to talk about why I don't like something rather than just saying outright I hate it. I fail at that a lot. But I told that to my daughter as well, and she's 4. And I've noticed that actually it affects their personality. It makes things different. It makes you a little bit more less reactive and more responsive. Like you don't react to things as much and you respond to them more. I know that I'm going into this feels like a tangent, but I've never really felt like punching somebody in the face ever.
In fact, there are certain people that I think that would be able to, that if you think of some certain people that are really garbage human beings, I think they would love it if you punch them in the face, because it really helps their career, getting punched in the face. Yeah, getting punched in the face is really good for you. Like, for example, imagine if I was in the speaker's corner and I was like, a Muslim came and punched me in the face, I would be like, you know what this is gonna do for me, right? Like, I don't know I don't know. Do you, like, you're not being very strategic here. Do you understand that this is about to go viral, right? Like, I don't know, like, you know how many more people are gonna discover me because of what you just did right now? So I don't know. So I don't think people understand how things work. Right here, there you go.
Oh, so yeah, this is Zaf. He's saying, "What are your views on Juan Cole?" Okay, he's the historian, Islamic historian. Excuse me. Especially his book, Muhammad, Prophet of Peace Amid Clash of Empires. Mind you, he's a professor of history. Um, he has an opinion. You know, I haven't read any of his books like in detail or anything like that. I generally know what his viewpoints are, and he's, you know, there is a little bit of apologetics there, but he's a historian. There's many historians that actually think like he does. There's other historians who think differently, and they have a completely different view of things, right? And they all seem to have done their own reading. And this is the thing with Islamic history, is that it's so spotty. Again, you know, the very first published biography of Muhammad came out 200 years after his death, right? The very first hadith, right? Everything that we know, the Quran is very, very vague on Muhammad's contemporaries, on his actual life when it was happening. Everything we know about his meditation, the Hira cave, his wives, I mean, none of these people are mentioned in the Quran. So all you have is his Sirah, the biography, and the hadith, both of which were published more than 200 years after his death. And there really isn't a whole lot else to go on in that 200 years. So
I'm almost convinced that 99% of what we know about Muhammad is based on nothing. Like it didn't even happen. Like I'm almost getting to the point that I'm willing to change this position, but the whole theory of the Arabs not even being Muslim when they invaded Iran and Jerusalem, and you know, the name of the person that led them out wasn't even Muhammad, them not coming even out of Mecca. Like the more I do research, the more, again, this might all be wrong, and I'm willing to give this up as soon as I figure out that I've been following some bad evidence, but seems like it, right?
Well, all the evidence is technically bad or spotty, right? I mean, all of, because there just isn't anything.
No, it's beyond that. It's more than just the lack of evidence for the narrative that Muslims have.
It's contrary.
It's also existing evidence for a different story. Like it's worse. It's worse. Like right now, the situation for Muslims is worse than no evidence for their prophet.
Yeah.
I asked Apostate Prophet when his book is coming out. I know he's working on a book, and he said, "I don't know. Time is relative."
Right.
I would like to have a physical copy of Apostate Prophet's book when it comes out. I would love.
Yeah, I would get that too. I'm actually really interested in reading it.
Hey guys, if you want to join these streams live, get your comments and questions read by Ali and Armin and the guests, and most importantly, to get full access to the full video versions of all these episodes, become a patron. Link in the description below.